everyone, it's Olivia and I have a Q&A for you today. I asked a question on my Instagram, so if you're not following me, my handle is Liv Hagstrom. Anyway, so I did one of those like question things and I got a good amount of responses from you, so I'm really happy about that. And I just want to go through them and answer them. I want to help you guys and I want to have like a relationship with you. So yeah, let's get started. So the first question I have, I'm going to start with kind of more the simpler ones and then go to like the more emotional and deeper ones. So to start off easy, the first one is, where is your quote happy place? And I love this question because I do have one. The porch in the summertime. So in the morning I'll go out there and have my Bible time, Jesus time, with my coffee and breakfast, and it's my favorite time of the whole entire day, and it's just so relaxing and peaceful, and I love it. Or else at night, family just goes down there and we hang out, talk, and just relax until like even 11 o'clock midnight, and it's just great. I love it. It's my favorite happy place. The next question I have is a favorite devotional. This question's a little tricky because I don't really go through a devotional. I actually just go through my Bible. I went through like the Jesus Calling book for about 3 to 4 months and I really liked it, but it didn't really compare to just reading the Bible as it was and seeing what like Jesus had to say to me directly. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with devotionals. I think they're great and I honestly would love to have one, but or a different one, just try different ones. But I think for me, I like to just dig into the Word of God, read a chapter and just dissect it and see like where is God speaking to me. So I just want to dissect it and just see what's God really speaking to me specifically, and just to dwell on those words and not dwell on the words that some book is telling me to dwell on, if that makes sense. So the next question is, what is your favorite book of the Bible and which would you recommend reading? So for me, that's kind of a tough one, but I'd have to say I really love Romans. That's such a go-to book and so solid. It has so many, I mean the whole Bible is truth, but there's so many just like stunning truths in there that just really speak to you and are just straight up. I also really love the book of James or 1st through 3rd John. Those are really good and compelling passages that really I always find something from there, which I always find something from everywhere in the Bible, but those are the ones I always go back to. I'm like out of breath. As for which book would I recommend you guys reading? If you're just starting to read the Bible, I would start with the Gospel because that is the whole chunk of it. That's where everything comes together and it tells you the real truth, the gospel. It's literally the gospel, the good news, and everything else falls into place because of it. My next question is, who has been influential in your life and why? And this one, I have to say there's a lot of people that come in that category. Of course, my parents, they have been the most influence on me. It's not because they have like enforced things upon me, it's more that they show it by their actions, and because of the way they live, I want to live like that because they like resemble Jesus the most in my life. Definitely some of my closest friends, my Bible study group, they have really shaped me to who I am, and I am so thankful for them. Also, my older sister Lauren, she has always been like my role model growing up, and she has definitely influenced me the most because I always wanted to be like her. I was maid of honor at her wedding, and I just talked about her and her my maid of honor speech and just how I used to dress like her, I used to do the same activities as her. I just wanted to be her, and yeah, she influenced me a lot growing up. Someone actually says, when I'm feeling overwhelmed, I never know how to fix it. The spinning never stops. Advice? So for you, my advice would be to just stop and be still. I know that sounds kind of weird, but everything's moving so fast and you just feel like you have to keep up with things and just be such a superhero type person. I just do whatever they want to, whenever they want to, and I'm just always on top of things. But I would just say, be still. And I was just reading in Philippians today. It was Philippians 4, and it says, Cast your anxiety on him because he cares about you. I really poorly paraphrase that, but really, like, Jesus wants to know what's going on in your life. He already knows what's going on in your life, but he wants you to come to him and tell him, and not just let your life just spiral out of control, because I let that happen a lot. My challenge to you is to be still, take a notebook, and literally write out every single thing that is stressing you out or giving you anxiety that you feel like is spinning out of control. That's what I did this morning, and I can tell you, like, I felt that peace that passes all understanding. I felt just like this comfort, and it felt so almost overwhelming for me that just like writing it out, the power of writing it out and just telling Jesus, like, you know, this is what I need you to help me with, to give me peace over, because I can't do it on my own strength. Yeah, my biggest tip is just to write it all out and lay it at Jesus' feet, pray about it, and he's gonna get you through that. So I'm praying for you, friend. She said, I've been struggling with my body, I don't like the way it looks, I struggle with motivation. So to break it down for you, what I would say is to know that we are created in the image of God. And just let that sink in. You're created in the image of God, the God who created all the things you see outside, all of the animals, all the oceans, all the trees, everything. He decided the world needed one of you. So, with that being said, know that we're created to be like him. You are his creation. Psalm 139, it says that he created our inmost being. He knit us together in our mother's womb. Know that if you look in the mirror and not like what you see, or say that it's ugly or whatever, you're really saying that God's not good enough. What he created is not good enough. And I think that's just us, our humanistic and sinful nature is just giving into the lies of the enemy, the devil, Satan. And we're not believing the truth of who we are and who Jesus says we are. And so to give you any motivation, I charge you and encourage you to speak truth over yourself every day. Every day you wake up and tell yourself, you know, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I was created by Jesus. I'm created to be like him. I am strong. I am capable. My body is doing all these things. Be thankful for what your body can do, not what it can't do. Think about that. Be thankful for what your body can do, not what it can't do, because you're not going to get anywhere thinking that, with that mindset. Know that you are beautiful, you are loved, and everything's going to overflow from that. If you are seeking after who Christ has made you, everything's going to overflow from that. So I hope that helped. Next question is, what advice would you give to younger girls going through middle school and high school? But the one thing I want to charge you with today is to know who you are. I know that sounds kind of out there when I'm talking about middle school and high school, but hear me out. So when you're going through middle school and high school, it's a very weird time in your life. It's all very gray and foggy, right? You're figuring out who you are, your identity, like what friend group do you go to? Where should you go after school? What sports should you play? Like, what do you want to do with your life when you start going to college? It's an identity searching time in your life. It's an identity season. Guys, it took me until my senior year of high school to realize what I'm about to tell you. You must know whose you are before you can know who you are. Like I said about whole body image thing, you need to know whose you are, that you came from God. God is your Father we're talking about. That's kind of crazy and wild, I know. But he is looking down at you as his child, as the daughter of a king. You, sister, you are a daughter of a king. You're a princess. That's literally who you are. You are chosen, you're beloved, you are forgiven. You have to just lift that out. You know who you are because you know who he is. You know that God can do anything. You know that he made the whole world, that he loves you, that he sent his son to die on the cross for you. Do dwell in that and know, wow, I came from that. Because he did that, I am here. Seek after Christ, and everything's going to overflow from it. Who you are comes from knowing whose you are. So when you're going to middle school or high school, you're going to be tested with a lot of temptations, right? You're going to be offered substances, drugs, alcohol, whatever it is. You might be tempted to gossip, to lie, cheat on a test. You have to know that you have the power to say no, because you are a noble and honorable daughter of the King. You need to know that when you say you are following Jesus, or you know who your Father is, that you are set apart. You don't participate in what the world wants. You participate in what God wants. If someone asks you to participate in drugs or drink or whatever, be like, no, I am worth so much more than that. Or even with gossip, know that your words should speak life and truth and love. You shouldn't be slandering people or just saying like rude things about people. That's just, if we're being representatives of Christ, we're not representing him very well by doing that. So, one more question, and this is a good one. They ask, who do you say Jesus is? I know, kind of a loaded question. But to me, guys, Jesus is everything. And I'm not saying that lightly. Jesus is, he's a friend of mine. That's the most simple way I can put it, I guess. Jesus is just that person I can always talk to, which that sounds really complex, and I understand that. But he's my comfort when I'm tired, when everything is spinning out of control, when I'm anxious. He's that person I'm able to go to and just talk about things with, because he knows me. He knows what I'm going through. He knows so much better than me of what I'm going through.